four-leaf clover in my yard today. It had one leaf missing off it, but that was okay. Looking it over, I could easily see four is only really just one more than three. That's close enough for me. Must be my lucky day. A slim chance, still a chance. A slim chance, it's still a chance. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, you don't necessarily have to pay the fiddler to dance. We got the Christmas lights shining on the 4th of July. We got the radio playing, we're watching cars go by. I keep her living in the lap of poverty. She makes me feel like I won some kind of lottery. The way that she keeps looking over at me. Oh, a slim chance, still a chance. I'll say it again, a slim chance, still a chance. Necessarily have to pay the fiddler to dance.
How would you describe your music? What kind of music do you tell people you play when they ask?
I guess, don't we always say folk? I guess I say folk. But I've always wanted to try to think of, ever since I guess I was about 28, I was already started making records when I tried. All of a sudden I made this decision. I said, I just want to try to be hard to describe, and every decision we make is going to be based on that. And it's not just for the sake of it, it just feels like the funnest direction artistically to go when presented with choices. And so that's always like the little carrot we chase. It's hard to describe. What the hell are we doing? And it just makes it fun. It just makes it fun to do all the time, you know. Off a dead-end street, walked into and took a back row seat. I knew I had nothing new to say. So many people looked so burned out, I couldn't help but feeling bad about just having to be there anyway. A friend of a friend from work came in. I never had known what to make of him. He had always seemed to be so insincere to me. You know, I've always been afraid of a 12-step crowd. They laugh too much and they talk too loud, like they all know where everyone should be. It's been a long year. It's been a long year. How did I get here? Well, they were talking in a circle, I was by myself. Everyone was telling everyone how they felt, and God, it felt like so long since I'd been young. As the circle kept moving its way to the back, I was wondering what I was gonna see. In fact, I still didn't know as it rolled off my tongue. It's been a long, long year. Been a long, long year. How did I get here? I didn't say a word all the way to my car, but a little later on that night down at the bar, I was telling everybody how strange my day had been. They said, brother, all you need is another shot. So I threw one down. I said, hey, thanks a lot, as I thought to myself, well, here we go again. It's been a long, long year. It's been a long year.
I saw Greg Brown here up in Aspen a few weeks ago, and maybe 100 people, 150 people in the house. And then I've seen him, of course, in Santa Cruz, where he's huge, and I've seen him at Folks Festival, where you played last summer. Hundreds of people in the audience. And I'm wondering if you experience the same kind of fluctuations in crowd, and does that fuck with your head at all?
I don't think that people who, what would you call it, like a lifer? I don't think, I know people whose head it does fuck with, but I don't think that people who are in it for the right reasons think of that, you know? I know that I don't, and I know that I very honestly don't. Like, and you know, it's always the same. It's really just this white light and about, you know, this first group of people. And, but I've always thought it's part of the reason why I knew that I would go into this is because I knew that, like, if one person shows up, I'll have a good time, you know. And if no people show up, I'll probably have a good time, because there's an old song, you know, you're getting paid for doing something you'd be doing anyway. And I've just never lost sight of that. And most people, I think, are pretty zen about it. The people that aren't zen about that, they go home usually. You know?
I don't want to go any too far into this without thanking y'all for giving me a chance to do it for you. If you've never seen me play before, my name's Todd Snider. I've been driving around for more than 15 years. I make this shit up. I sing it for anybody that wants to listen to it. Some of the songs will be funny, some will be a little sad, some will be short, some will seem like they go on forever. Sometimes maybe I'll ramble on for as many as 18 minutes in between the song. Sometimes my friends tell me I get a little opinionated, so I want to let you know before I get too far into this that while I may share some of my opinion with you over the course of it, it ain't going to be because I think it's smart or because I think you need to know them. It's going to be because they rhyme. I didn't come down here to change anybody's mind about anything. I come down here to ease my own mind about everything. I look forward to this part of the night every night. So thank you one more time for letting me do this. I've been practicing. Check this out. Some folks born and made the wave fly. Ooh, they were red, white, and blue. when the band plays Hail to the Chief, well, they point that cannon right at you. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no senator's son. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. Some folks are born with a silver spoon in their hand. Lord, don't seem like they help themselves. Then when that tax man shows up at their door, though it seems like the house seems like a rummage sale. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no millionaire son. It ain't me, Lord knows that it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. Some folks inherit star-spangled eyes. Oh, they will send you down to some war. And when you ask them, how much are we supposed to give? Lord, seems like they've always answered more and more. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no millionaire son, that's for sure. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. Standing out on the edge of a building, watching the traffic below, drinking a beer, thinking of jumping, not far from ready to go. Below me a crowd slowly gathers around. They've got cop cars with news cameras too. I can't get out of all this trouble that I'm in. I don't know what else to do. Sometimes I feel like I'm so uninvited, like someone so out of touch. They tell me that depression runs in my family. That doesn't help me much. This crowd's yelling jump over a cop on a bullhorn. It's making him harder to hear. He's yelling something about having so much to live for. I'm almost through with this beer. Squinting my eyes to see through the sunlight. This crowd's even bigger now. There's no point in wondering what afterlife's like. It don't matter anyhow. We are already in hell, as far as I can tell. Just listen to these people scream. Yeah, this feels like a rally in a high school field house. I feel kind of like the captain of the team. So watch, here goes the captain of the team. Follow the light to the Garden of Eden. stand at the pearly gate. St. Peter comes over, he puts his hand on my shoulder. He's telling me that I gotta wait. He says, you can't kill yourself and still come in here, kid. But you look like a victim of circumstance. So I'm just gonna break every bone in your body and give you another chance. Waking up slowly, looking around me, it's this lonely recovery room. But closing my eyes, I can see the new sunrise over acres of flowers in bloom. I don't know when it will be, but the next time you see me, I'll be tapping to a whole new beat. Walking souls into the holes of my shoes down the sunny side of the street. Sunshine. Thank you for getting out on a school night like that. I'm sitting there waiting in the Tillamook County jail. And I'm hoping that she's not so mad now that she doesn't even pay my bail. If I was her, I'm not so sure I wouldn't just keep on moving down the trail. I'm sitting here waiting in the Tillamook County jail. I got a lump on my head and a boot print on my chest from what these guys in here call the Tillamook County lie detector test. Well, I did my best, but as you might have guessed, it is a tough test not to fail. I'm sitting here waiting in the Tillamook County jail. I get one phone call to Tylenol for cold, a gray wall's closing in. If I ever do get out on that highway again, I ain't ever going back to Tillamook County.
It's all one long gig to me. The playing part, when I think of different towns that I like and stuff, it's always like where I stay and where I eat and who I hang out with. And then the show, it's always sort of the same. It's like they say guys who surf. I don't surf, but I meet people that surf, and they say it's like, you know, you just go out and do it every day. You don't. It starts to just become one big wave. You don't really get done and think of it one wave at a time. You just start to think of it like I just do that all the time.
And how long has this big one long gig lasted so far?
About 20 years. What am I, 42? And I think I started when I was 21. So, and I made a living when I was 21, and then I got a record contract when I was about 26. Yeah. I think the record came out when I was 26, so maybe I got the thing when I was 25. It takes a while.
Sitting there waiting in Tillamook County jail, and I'm still hoping that she's not so mad now that she doesn't even pay my bail. We came down on vacation, gonna leave on probation, have to send all my money through the mail. We're gonna send all my money to the Tillamook County jail. I'm sending all my money to the Tillamook County jail. Still sending a portion of tonight's money out to Tellum County. Here's this other one I wanted to play. Hope you don't mind. I have this, just a few songs I wanted to get off my chest tonight, and then if you guys have something you want to hear, I'll play that too. You know, I know almost all of it. And almost all of it's true too. That last one's unfortunately very true. And I ended up with 60 hours of community service out there. At first it was 30, but I fucked it up. It was a miscommunication. They told me they wanted me to teach kids about drugs, and it went the other way on me. They should have been clearer about that. I was showing them how to make a bong out of an apple. This story's true too, believe it or not. There's a Coke machine glowing through a parking lot. You could call that a room with a view. This was the best night of pool that I ever shot. I beat a lot of money too, looking for some company in a weekly scene. I seen this ad that just had to be you. I hadn't seen you since New Orleans. I never did figure out where you'd run off to. I know I looked bad the last time that you saw me, but lately I've been doing all right. I won a tournament last week in Oklahoma City, hustled half of this town tonight. I got some cocaine, if you want some. It's the best that I could find. Hey, we could just sit here and talk all night if that big old guy out in the car don't mind, like old times. Screw off a top on a bottle of wine. We're living on our own kind of American dream. It's just like the old time. Your goal was always the same as mine. You didn't want to throw your fishing line in that old mainstream. No, I ain't expecting anybody but you, and I don't know who this could be at the door. But I'm pretty sure that you've got a clue, and I'll bet you've been to this hotel before. Put the you-know-what in the bathroom, but don't flush it down just yet. Put your pager in my suitcase, I'll get the window, you light a cigarette. It'll be like the old time, just like the old times. We're living on our own kind of American dream, just like the old time. Your goal was always the same as mine. You didn't want to throw your fishing line in that old mainstream. No, sir, officer, you don't understand. We're just two old friends drinking wine. I'm sure she is, but that's not all she is. She is also an old friend of mine. I got her high school picture. It's right here in my wallet. It's from 1982. No, sir, officer, no offense taken. You have a good night, too. It's a good thing we didn't throw this away. Baby, turn off that radio. I'm pretty sure that cop knew what we were up to. I guess he just decided to let us go. Oh, don't make such a thing about that picture. That was just something that I kept. Oh, don't get all sentimental on me now, girl. You haven't even told me what your new name is yet. It's like the old time, just like the old times. We're living on our own same as blind. You didn't want to throw your fishing line in that old mainstream, and you didn't have to, did you? Is it all right if I try a new song out on you guys? I don't even know if I've ever been to town before, but I know if I was here before, I didn't play this one because it's new. I made this up. I was trying to get some food back in East Nashville. I was at home, and I didn't want to have to go into the restaurant, and so I went to the drive-through window, and I pulled into behind one of those cars, like an expensive car, considerably more expensive than my car, and I knew that the guy driving it was a gray-haired guy in a suit, business suit. Looked like he was doing good, and I got a good shot at him because he had his head out the window yelling at the kid who had given him his food. And I was behind him trying to figure out what could have gone so wrong with some food. And then it got to be my turn to see this kid, and he was like 16. And so as I was driving home, I couldn't help but try to have some empathy for that old guy in that car, because I can't imagine what kind of day you would have to be that big of a tool by about 5:30 at night. And so I wondered what it would be like if I got to ask him what kind of day he'd had. And then I made up all this shit. They named that goddamn kiss-ass Handelman vice president of human resources or something, and he stood up and made a speech about how we would all have to work even harder now. I thought, harder now? Man, harder at what? I'd give anything to get up and walk out of here, but I'm stuck on the corner of sanity and madness. Yes, I'm looking it over. I can't see a difference. We're making money out of paper and paper out of trees. We're making so much money we can hardly breathe. You ought to see the shit that I get from my daughter. She says that she can't stand the side of the car I bought her. It's gonna ruin her life forever if she don't ride a ragtop. Her and her mother spend my money pretty much non-stop. They're trying to break me for the sake of this neighborhood. They want everybody up and down the street to think we're doing good. We're stuck on the corner, sanity and madness. Hey, we're looking it over. Can't see a difference. Making money out of paper, paper out of trees. We're making so much money we can hardly breathe. I didn't even want to study economics. My parents made me because they said it would be practical. I can't make my kid do a goddamn thing I tell him to. That kid's an unrepentant radical. He is as unimpressed by all these plaques in my cubicle as I'm secretly impressed with his ability to look at everything so completely irresponsibly. I'm stuck on the corner of sanity and madness. Yes, I'm looking them over. Can't see a difference. We're making money out of paper, paper out of trees. We're making so much money we can hardly breathe. I've got to call that little pecker Mr. Handelman. Drove home from work as mad as I had ever been, and then I nearly jerked that kid out of his drive-through window. He said, will that be everything? I said, hey, what would you know? You're looking at a man who's about to buy his kid a rag top. What are you driving? A bicycle, you little punk? I'm stuck on the corner of sanity and madness. Yes, I'm looking over. I can't see a difference. We're making money out of paper, paper out of trees. Making so much money we can hardly breathe. Making so much money we can hardly breathe. Making so much money we can hardly breathe. D.B. Cooper was 43 when we first heard his name. It was 47 miles away from where he fell down to his fame. But he told me that the hardest part wasn't really jumping out of that plane. It was spending the night watching police lights shine down through the pouring rain. They had a manhunt that next morning like nothing I'd ever seen. I was only 8 years old at the time. I was watching on the TV screen. They were saying he was never gonna make it, not now the daylight had set in. But later that night they were shining those lights back down on that mountain again. Not far away from the city of roses, they all watched those lights up through the rain. For D.B. Cooper. The cops blocked off all the exit roads. Hey, they turned loose all of their hounds. They even dragged the river up a couple of times to see if he had drowned. With all those men working overtime, they swore that they would bring him down. But a parachute and a few $100 is all that they've ever found. Not far away from the city of roses, they all watched those lights up through the rain. Now some people say that he died up there, somewhere in the rain and the wind. Other people say that he got away, but then his girlfriend did him in. The lawmen say if he is out there someday, they're gonna drag him in. As for me, I hope they never see old D.B. Cooper again. Not far away from the city of roses, a light shine from a house out in the rain. It was D.B. Cooper, probably drinking champagne, drinking champagne.
Are you working on anything right now?
Yeah, we have a new one that comes out in June that I just finished. That is called The Excitement Plan. It's got a bunch of new songs on it. And then I have a side project I'm going to do when I get home with just a local band, like a rock band. And I made up a bunch of songs for that. And that's it. And I'll probably tour a lot this summer, you know, I think.
Here's one, though. This is a true story. I did research on this. This is for sports fans and drug fans. Doc Ellis didn't think he was pitching that day back in 1970. When he and his wife took a trip to the ballpark a little bit differently. So by the time that he hit the bullpen, half the world had melted away. That's about the time Coach Murtaugh came and said, "Doc, you are pitching today." Taking the mound, the ground turned into the icing on the birthday cake. That leadoff man came up and turned into a dancing rattlesnake. That crowd tracked back and forth in waves of color underneath the sun. That ball turned into a silver bullet, his arm into a gun. I took a look all around the world one time. I finally discovered you can't judge a book 3 up, 3 down for 3 straight innings in a 0-0 tie. As all those batters' names came ringing from a voice out of the sky, hallucinating Halloween scenes, each new swing of the bat. His sinker looked like it was falling off a table, but nobody was hallucinating that. I took a look all around the world one time. I finally discovered you can't judge a book by the top of the 7th. He was up 1-0 and giving them Padres fits. By the bottom of the 8th, he was up 2-0 and still hadn't got any hits. With 1 out left to go in the game, the batter looked like a baby child. That birthday cake was shaking, those waves of color was going wild. Pick it, boy, all right. Time that he mowed the last man down, he was high as he had ever been. He was laughing to the sound of the world going around. He was completely unaware of the wind. And while the papers would say that he was scattered that day, he was pretty as a pitcher could be. The day Doc Ellis of the Pittsburgh Pirates threw a no-hitter on LSD. I took a look all around the world one time, finally discovered you can't judge a book That one's true too, man. I dedicate that to that kid, the swimming kid that got the pictures of him taking bong hits, right? And then everyone thinks, well, maybe we misjudged that kid. What the fuck? Maybe we misjudged bong hits, man. 8 gold medals, all I'm saying. Stay in school, kids. Anybody have something they hope they heard if they drove all the way down here? Conservative white Republicans? All right. Well, there's more words than that. Conservative Christian, right-wing Republican, straight white American males, gay bashing, black fearing, war fighting, tree killing, regional leaders of sales, shirt tucking, frat housing, cake tapping, back slapping, hater of hippies like me, tree hugging, peace loving, pot smoking, porn watching, lazy ass hippies like me. Tree hugging, peace loving, pro-choice and gay wedding, widespread panic digging hippies like me. Skin color blinded, conspiracy minded, protesters of corporate greed. We who have nothing and most likely will till we all end up locked up in jails by conservative Christian, right-wing Republican, straight white American male. Diamonds and dogs, boys and girls, we're living together in 2 separate worlds. We're following leaders up mountains of shame, looking for someone to blame. I know who I like to blame. Conservative Christian, right-wing Republican, straight white American male, soul-saving, flag-waving, rush-loving, land-paving, personal friends to the quail, quite diligently working so hard to keep the free reins of this democracy from tree-hugging, peace-loving, pot-smoking, porn-watching, lazy-ass hippies like me. Tree-hugging, peace peace-loving, pot-smoking, porn-watching, lazy-ass hippies like me. Tree-hugging, peace-loving, barefoot and folk singing, lazy-ass hippies like me. Thanks. This is a lot of fun, y'all. Thank you for letting me do this. I'm having a great time. I hope you're having a good time. Anybody got something else they were hoping they did? Which one? Statisticians Blues. Let me see if I can remember. Got a lot of numbers in it. They say that 3% of people use 5 to 6% of their brain. 97% use just 3%, and the rest goes down the drain. Now, I don't know which one I am, but I'll bet you my last dime. 99% think we're 3%, 100% of the time. They say that 65% of the world's statistics are made up right there on the spot. 82.4% of people believe them, even if they're accurate statistics or not. I don't know what you believe, but I do know there's no doubt. I'll need another double shot of something 90 proof. I've got too much to think about. Too much to think about, too much to figure out. Stuck between hope and doubt, Lord, it's too much to think about. They say 70% of everything that you learn in college is just bullshit you're not gonna need. 83.7% of everything that you bought it just to satisfy your greed, because you know that 90% of this world's population is gonna link your possessions to your success. Even though 98% of the wealthiest 1% of this population drinks to an alarming excess. More money, more stress, I guess. They say it's too much to think about, but too much to figure out. Stuck between hope and doubt, Lord, it's too much to think about. All right. Of all statisticians truly hate their fucking job. The average bank robber lives within, say, about 20 miles of the bank that he robs. There's this little bank not so far from here that I've been watching now for a while. Seems like lately all that I can think about is how bad that I want to go out in style. It's too much to think about, too much to figure out. Stuck between hope and doubt, Lord, it's too much to think about, too much to think about, yeah, man, it's too much to think about, that's Just the other morning, I was hanging around in my house. I had that new book with all those pictures of my tour manager Elvis naked in it, and I was checking it out. Who wouldn't? Just then a friend of mine came through the door. She said she'd never pegged me for an Elvis fan before. She said she didn't ever want to see me anymore, and I still don't know why. I think I'm an alright guy. I think I'm an alright guy. I just wanna live till I gotta die. I know I ain't perfect, but God knows I try. I think I'm an alright guy. I think I'm alright. Alright. I know that I'm dirty, and I know that I smoked a lot of dope in my time. And it ain't like I went on TV and tore up a picture of the Pope like Sinead O'Connor did that one time. I know I get wild drunk. It ain't like I've got a bunch of bodies in my trunk. My old man used to call me a no good punk, and I still don't know why. I think I'm an alright guy. I think I'm an alright guy. I just wanna live till I gotta die. I know I ain't perfect, but God knows I try. I think I'm an alright guy. I think I'm alright, alright. Just the other night, you know, these cops pulled me over outside a bar. They turned on their lights and they said, hey kid, we're gonna have to ask you to step out of the car. I was only kidding when I called them a couple of dicks. Still they made me do the stupid human tricks. Now I'm stuck in this jail with a bunch of dumb hicks, and I still don't know why. I think I'm an alright guy. I think I'm an alright guy. I just wanna live till I gotta die. I know I ain't perfect, but God knows I try. I think I'm an alright guy. I think I'm alright, alright. I think I'm an alright guy. I think I'm alright, alright. Oh, I think I'm alright. Hey, I'm alright. Hey, I'm alright. Hey, I'm alright. I think I'm an alright guy. Oh, I think I'm alright. Thank you. That's fun. Let's see, what else can we do, man? This is the Ballad of the Kingsman. The Ballad of the Kingsman, and then I didn't hear the other, but I'll figure it out. This one's about a rock and roll group. One of the early great rock and roll groups come from my hometown of Portland, Oregon, and they put out this song in the 60s. In fact, we listened to it just today on the bus. This song is so allegedly sexually suggestive and lewd that the government opened up a file on the song. And I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that's like your permanent record in high school, and if that meant anything either. But maybe there's a file somewhere still on this thing. I want to dedicate it to that band. They're called the Kingsmen from Portland, Oregon. And I always hope every time I play it that it will inspire somebody, or at least some of you, to have sex with each other. Preferably after the gig. But I mean, you know, if the mood takes you like that sometimes. The Kingsmen came together in a garage. They could hardly even play, but they practiced night and day. Pretty soon they got to where they could really play that song, Louie Louie. So they saved up all the money from their shows, and they went into one of those studios. They gave their version of that song, Louie Louie a try. Now, I don't know the words to that song, Louie Louie, and I'm pretty sure that the singer for the Kingsmen didn't know him either. If he did know him, he didn't get him right on the record, because on the record they sound completely jumbled in his jaw. He says, me think of me, girl, oh so constantly. Me, I make her ooh, ah. Well, that last part scared everybody from the PTA to the FBI. You see, the kids have been going kind of crazy lately. Seemed like nobody could figure out why. So they decided to form a coalition, launch an investigation, you know, for the children. They figured they at least had to try to figure out the words to that song, Louie Louie. It's the feel good hit of this endless summer, gets the kids out of control, singing along to that star-spangled bummer. Hail, hail, rock and roll. Marilyn Manson's real name, it's not even Marilyn Manson. He's a skinny public high school kid from Ohio. He's not some monster from out of this world. And like a lot of skinny public high school kids, he was sick of getting beaten up by the pulling guard all week, only to go out on the weekend and watch the quarterback get all the girls. So he formed a band, man. And now, well, Marilyn Manson, he gets a lot of chicks now. He does. They're weird chicks, but they're chicks. A few years later, a couple latchkey kids go tragically mad. Everybody gathers around the television store at this mall trying to figure out what went wrong. This guy says, "You think the life of a kid going to school around here could have gotten so bad?" And this other guy says, "No, probably just the words to that goddamn Marilyn Manson song got them all wound up." It's the feel good hit of this endless summer. It gets the kids out of control. Sing along to that Star-Spangled Banner. Hail, hail, rock and roll. Every 10 years or so, our country and some other little country, we fire all of our newest weapons at each other. For some reason or another, right or wrong, like it or not, it happens, and when it happens, people get shot. And when people get shot, they show that on television a lot. Every night at 6 o'clock. And you don't have to be 18 to see that. You don't even have to be in first grade. First grade, where they'll teach a kid to pride, they tell him he's gonna need to thrive in a world where they say that only the strong will survive. So he's taught the art of more, to compare to, and to keep score. Monday through Friday while he stares at the floor, till Sunday they make him go to school once more, only this time they make him wear a suit and a tie and listen to some guy who claims to know where people go when they die, tell him that only the meek are gonna inherit the earth. Well, shit, man. But this time, how could anybody's kid know what anything was worth? Now, brothers and sisters, I'm only one guy, and I don't even know the words to that song, Louie Louie. But I can tell you right now, without batting an eye, that the next time some latchkey kid goes wrong, ain't gonna be because the words of some rock and roll song. I ain't trying to preach to you either. I'm just trying to string a few words together, too. Hey, kids, let's get it on. Let's get it on. I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing.
I listen to Bob Dylan and the Rolling Stones, Jerry Jeff Walker, John Prine. Although, you know what, it's funny, it's like I don't listen to Jerry Jeff Walker or John Prine or Billy Joe Shaver or Chris Christopherson like I used to, but I could still grab my guitar and play all those songs off all those records. Those records, I studied them so hard as a young person that I don't really play them anymore, but I still know them backwards and forwards and can beat those guys in trivia contests about those records. But the thing that I listen to all the time is the Stones and Dylan, and then I listen to a lot of 60s, or like I listen to 50s rock and roll and 60s rock and roll and 60s R&B and 70s rock and roll. I listen to old shit, you know. I don't listen to a lot of my friends much. I always just listen to a record once, you know, usually with them or something like that. But I still listen to all that old crap my dad listened to. I still learn from it and study it and try to figure out what they did and how they did it and all that.
You mentioned John Prine. You were with Oh Boy Records for a little while, weren't you?
Yeah.
Are you still?
I don't know, no. Well, but we still put records out for them, you know, and I still see them. But no, it was fun to open shows for John for a long time. He's been really good to me and taught me a lot.
A long time since I played this, so if I fuck the words up, I made it up. So it's technically an edit more than an error. There isn't nothing. Well, that's not the key even. Let's see, what key do we do it in? There, that's the one. There isn't nothing wrong with Nashville. Them rolling hills of Nashville, Tennessee. There isn't nothing wrong with Nashville. There isn't nothing wrong with you or me. Well, if you ever make it down to Memphis, Tennessee, be sure and look at my old buddy Jason D. He is as cool a rockin' daddy as you'll ever see. Jumping like a monkey on them piano keys. Stone second coming of Jerry Lee. A better rock and roll show you'll never see. But there is nothing wrong with Nashville. There ain't nothing wrong with Nashville, Tennessee. There ain't nothing wrong with rolling in the Cashville. We're making country music history. Well, if you ever find yourself in some old Texas town, be sure and look at my old buddy Jack driving around. He's in a beat-up Ford, he got a band in the back. Every time he pulls over, another place gets packed with people going crazy, people going wild. There is just something about country music, Texas style, but there's nothing wrong with Nashville. There ain't nothing wrong with picking out in the sticks. There isn't nothing wrong with Nashville. There isn't nothing wrong that we can't fix in a minute. There isn't nothing wrong with Nashville. Thank you. Thanks for asking for that one. I don't hear that a lot. Let's see. Nobody wants Freebird? Because I know it. Just in case, do I know that still? Let's see, let me think if I can do it. It's been a long time ago. I had a friend of mine was getting married, and he called me in Memphis, and he asked me to make up a song for his wedding, and I'll try to remember it for you. Let me think if I got it. He told me he wanted me to make up a song for his wedding, and I said, I don't even know this girl you're marrying. So he told me all about her and how they had this prenuptial. Well, I couldn't think of nothing until he told me we got this prenuptial agreement, and I thought, oh, okay, now I got an idea. And then, of course, the reception was a bust for me, but I didn't get to go, technically didn't get to go. You ought to know by now this love of mine is real. Honey, words just can't describe the way I feel. And even though we just met, I'm so glad that the date is set. And years from now, I would bet we'd be together still. But just in case, this morning I swung by my lawyer's place. I didn't think that you would mind. Here, honey, sign this dotted line. What's yours is yours, and what is mine will always be mine. Just in case. Well, you know that I can't love you now, but I also can't afford to lose half of my stuff. There's no doubt in my mind these ties that we're about to bind will hold us both together any time it gets too tough. But just in case, this morning I swung by my lawyer's place. butter dumpling, sign this dotted line. What's yours is yours, what is mine will always be mine. Just in case. I think I'm making that up, but that's true. That guy's name was Kevin Lanskroner, and he's not married to that girl no more. And this is called This Land Is Our Land. I made this up. I was being sarcastic, but I should have smiled while I was doing it, because one time I was playing in LA and I played this song, and I guess I should have had a big grin or something. I don't know. But when I came off, these people, well, these two people, a guy and a girl, well, she actually punched me in the nose like 2 or 3 times. And then once she did, he started to too. I never understood it to this minute, you know. But they were hippies. Peace queers, as it were. Freeway through reservation, make way for a brand new nation. Big ideas, that got brand new plans. Heaven knows we need this land we're gonna build. Big, high and wide, city streets through countrysides, chemicals and pesticides. This land is our land. Hey, red man, don't waste our time. We're young and strong, we got hills to climb. There's a lot of room, but we need it all for slave trade and shopping malls. Gonna build big factories for paper plates, plastic trees, styrofoam and antifreeze. This land is our land. This land is our land. This land is our land. Came out on a raging sea to claim some place where we'd be free. We got hopeful hearts, working hands. Heaven knows we need this land we're gonna build. Big factories for paper plates, plastic trees and styrofoam and antifreeze. This land is our land. This land is our land. This land is our land. Make way for a brand new nation. Big ideas, we got brand new plans. Heaven knows we need this land for Super Bowls, subway rides, remote controls and pesticides, gang-related homicides. This land is our land. This land is our land. This land is our land. Thank you. I'm on your side, you hippies.
If you could collaborate with anyone, living or dead, who would it be?
I think about that sometimes.
Like build a dream band for me. Or
a dream band. Now, I could do that real good. Keith Richards would be the guitar player. The bass player would be Paul McCartney. The drummer would be, it would be either Charlie Watts or Al Jackson from Booker T and the MGs. The piano player would be Charlie. Oh, I see where you're going with this. The piano player would be Charlie Johnson, Johnny Johnson, I mean. And let's see, what else would we have? We'd have the Memphis Horns working. We would have, and who would our singer be? Me or...
You or somebody else.
Yeah.
B-double-E-double-R-U-M, mirror. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All you need is a 10 and 5-er, car key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. A couple of frat guys from Abilene drove out all night to see Robert Earl Keen at the K-Pig Swine and Soiree dance. They wore baseball caps and khaki pants. They wanted cigarettes, so they saved a little money. They got one off these hippies that smelled kind of funny. Next thing they knew, they were both really hungry and pretty thirsty too. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All you need is a 10 and a 5-er, car key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Found a store with the sign said their beer was coldest. They sent him brag as he looked the oldest. He got a case of beer and a candy bar. Walked over to where all those registers are, laid his fake ID on the countertop. The clerk looked, he turned, he looked back up and he stopped. He said, "Kid, I'm not calling the cops, but I'm gonna have to keep this card." The guys both took it pretty hard. They took it hard. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All you need is a 10 and a 5-er, car key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Met this other old hippie named Sleepy John. He said he was the one from the Robert Earl song. So they gave him the cash, bought him some brews. It's a beautiful day out in Santa Cruz. They were feeling so good, should have been a crime. The crowd was cool and the band was prime. They made it back up front to their seats just in time to sing with all their friends. How many of you know they say the road goes on forever and the party never ends? B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All you need is a 10 and a 5-er, car key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. You remember that kid we beat up back in college? Me, you, and Thompson out in front of the frat. And that lying hippie ran home crying to his parents. I still can't believe you talked us out of that. How sweet was that? God, we were drunk. Drove around all night after with that keg in the trunk. And when the cop pulled us over, you talked us out of that too. You got away with it. You got away. You get away with the things that you say. I had to quit partying about a year and a half after you did. I don't regret it though. I think it was fun. And besides, aside from that one hippie, we never really hurt anyone. Well, there was that other thing that I ain't even gonna say. As God is my witness, I ain't gonna take that to my grave. Because that was an accident, and you did what you had to do. You got away with it. You got away. You get away with the things that you say. I worry forever. I never worry about you. You get away with it. You always do. You never did tell me what happened with you and your brother down there in Florida. I heard they gave you a hell of a time. Everyone around here was afraid you were gonna lose. I told them not to worry, 'cause I knew that you'd be fine. You've had me out here to Camp David a few times over the years. I think the first time we were just teenagers drinking beers. Look at you now, you old son of a bitch. You got the run of this place. Unbelievable. You got away with it. You got away. You get away with the things that you say. I worry forever. I don't worry about you. You get away with it. You always do. And you get away with this new thing too. There, it goes like that. Just takes me a minute sometimes. That one goes like that. Let's see, I thought I heard somebody say this. I'll do this. Which one? Oh, all right. Well, shit, I'll do that then. And then I'll do this other. Did you try to keep it down? I was up kind of late last night. Now I'm feeling like I usually feel after I feel all right. I don't want to hear another word about morning. I can't take the light. But could you try to keep it down? I was up kind of late last night. Well, there's something inside this world that's gone so wrong, wrong, wrong. Well, it's a gap between the rich and the poor, a million miles long. Well, I can dig the fact that you and all your friends won't stand up and make it all right. But could you try to keep it down? I was up kind of late last night. Well, I was down at the bar like a fool I am, dancing on the table, the sun is slam. I got a whole lot of people that I still don't know, just rolled in an hour ago. Could you try to keep it down? Try to keep it down. Try to keep it down. I was up kind of late last night. Well, I don't want to hear about this Lollapalooza tour. Then I just woke up, and where I am I couldn't say for sure. I ain't the kind of guy to come and break all your records, but then again I just might. But could you try to keep it down? I was up kind of late last night. Well, I was down at the bar like the fool I am, dancing on the table, the sun, the slam. I met a whole lot of people that I still don't know, just rolled in an hour ago. Could you try to keep it down? Try to keep it down. Try to keep it down. I was up kind of late last night. Try to keep it down. I was up kind of late last night. Tension, tension, tension is all that I know. Oh, got tension out in traffic, tension in my exercise, tension is everywhere that I go. After the bad guy killed off all the underdeveloped characters, this good guy put a bullet right through his head. And the screenwriter stood up and he told us that all the loose ends had been tied. Said justice is irrelevant. Violent problems need violent solutions. Because in America, we like our bad guys dead. preferably after some kind of kick-ass car chase or something. They roped off all my problems. They pointed their fingers at drug addiction. I think it's because they know if you're the one doing the pointing, nobody's looking at you. But you know that this war on drugs is funded by tobacco and alcohol commissions. It's not what drugs that you're strung out on they care about so much as whose. People still dig drugs. Shit. They are literally bigger than Rush Limbaugh, and he's pretty big. Tension, tension, tension is all that I know. Oh, I got tension in my health food, got tension in my exercise, tension, and it's everywhere that I go. When rock and roll first came around, seemed like preachers all went crazy. Pretty soon, though, that wasn't enough to get people in the door. So now they jump on just about any scandal that they can to try and save me, because they know that I don't buy that bullshit about the devil's music anymore. Gay people getting married. Ooh-wee. That's what scares people that don't have shit all else to be scared of these days. Tension, tension, tension is all that I know. Oh, I've got tension in my courthouse, got tension in my White House, I've got tension and it's everywhere that I go. And I go, Lord knows I go. Thanks a lot. I've had a great time. I hope you're having a good time and hearing the song you wanted to hear. I also appreciate all the people that helped us with the show. I got to do an interview, I think, for the newspaper here or something. I remember talking on the phone to somebody from here. He asked me, he said, when did you get into all the storytelling part, you know? And I was telling him how that happened. That started for me at a, I forget where I was, someplace in Pennsylvania, a pornography convention and a drug paraphernalia convention. And I ran into, is this right? This man who wanted me, he was a Brazilian man, and he wanted me to kill this other man. He was going to give me $40,000 to kill this man that had killed his two brothers. So I went back to my girlfriend, and I said, this guy's going to give me $40,000 to kill this man. And she said, what did he do to deserve to be killed? I said, he killed two Brazilian men. And she said, Jesus, I don't even know how many that is. And I said, it's half a gazillion, baby. And she said, gee, you're a hero, Todd. So I decided to do it, and it seemed like that would have been easy, but turns out one of the guy they wanted me to kill was this guy I'd known my whole life, you know. But there were some things that I had my eye on at the pornography convention, and they were expensive, and I didn't want to let friendship get in the way of my good time. So I shot him, and as he was laying there dying, he looked up at me, and with his last breath, he said, hey, Todd. I said, yeah. He said, you're pretty good with the stories, man. You ought to do something with it. And at the time, I felt kind of bossed around, so I shot him again. But years later, those words rang a little truer to me, and I'll never forget old what's-his-face for those kind words he shared with me. If tomorrow never comes, I don't give a damn. If tomorrow never comes, I will not be afraid to meet my maker just the way I am. You can't prove anything, but one thing is true. If you can steal from me, I could steal from you. Any kind of heaven that everybody doesn't get in ain't gonna seem like heaven to me. They tell you that the Garden of Eden was perfect, but you couldn't even eat off the apple tree. And for heaven's sakes, you had to watch that snake who was lying to your woman constantly. Adam must have scratched his head, looked up and said, Lord, I gotta be honest, this isn't doing it for me. If tomorrow never comes, I won't give a damn. If tomorrow never comes, I ain't gonna be afraid to meet my maker just the way that I am. I can't do anything I'm dying to. If tomorrow never comes, tonight I'll have to do. I said, I don't ever claim to know what's going on around here. I don't even know where I'm from. I know where I'm going when I get to where I'm going, what I'm doing when I get done. Will they tell me I'm forgiven if I ask to be? I say permission ought to come that easily. I'm piling cores up underneath this apple tree. I'm singing, oh, Lord, have mercy on me. If tomorrow never comes, and tonight is all I got. If tomorrow never comes, I don't want to be afraid to get my maker just the way I'm not. Can't do anything and then you die. Judge the judgmental and what am I? Either way, I'm every guy I've ever tried not to be. I want everything as good as it gets. I have learned nothing but that there's another sunrise coming on but one of the times it sets. And if tomorrow never comes, well, tomorrow never comes. Hey, if tomorrow never comes, well, tomorrow never comes. If we were all good people, we could work in perfect rhythm. If worms had daggers, birds wouldn't fuck with them. Y'all, thank you for being so nice to me. I had a great time. Hope you had a good time too. Life's too short to worry, life's too long to wait. Well, it's too short not to love everybody, and life's too long to hate. I meet a lot of men that haggle and finagle all the time, trying to save a nickel, maybe make a dime. Not me, boy, no siree, said I ain't got time. Oh, Miss Virgie tended bar at the shack out in the hills. He'd never paid her no money, boys, but he paid up all of her bills. She must have been 80 years old. Her heart was warm and the beer was cold, and she gave away more than she ever sold. She was smiling all the time. I used to sing off in the corner, seemed like every Friday night. There was this loud crowd of cowboys, a bunch of bikers and barroom fights, and they were drinking beer, carrying on. None of them was listening to one of my songs, but old Miss Virgie, she was singing along. She said she knew all by heart. And then one night after closing, she poured me up a beer. She said, come over here and sit down, you little shit. I got something that you need to hear. She said, life isn't easy getting through. Everybody gonna make things tough on you. I'll tell you right now, if you dig what you do, they will never get you down. She like to say, hey, life's too short to worry, life's too long to wait. Well, it's too short not to love everybody, life's too long to hate. I meet a lot of men haggling for a long time, trying to save a nickel, maybe make a dime. Not me, boy, no siree, Lord, I ain't got time. Pick it seen old Virgie, I guess it's probably been 15 years. I've been bumming around this country, singing my songs for tips and beer. Now the nights are long and the driving's tough, hotels are weird and the pay sucks. I can't dig what I do enough though, so it never ever gets me down. And like I say, life's too short to worry, Life's too long away, but it's too short not to love everybody. Life's too long to hate. I meet a lot of men that haggle and finagle all the time, trying to save a nigga, maybe make it down. And I made more than no space, said I ain't got time. You're the Thank you all so much. It's a lot of fun. Thank you.
You are certainly an inspiration to singer-songwriters out there, myself included. What words of wisdom or warning or advice would you give?
Wear bright colors and stay low. That's right out of Meatballs. Bill Murray said that. He refers to it a lot, though, in a lot of his films. Wear the Buffalo Room, too. Wear bright colors. I always thought that was just a strong advice.
Although tonight was kind of muted, color-wise. I mean, it was a
yeah.
lot of earthy tones.
Well, you know, that's true.
Okay,
I was kind of phoning it in tonight, to be honest with you. We're on night 28 out of 32 or some shit like that.
Wow.
No, what if I had advice for some kid, man? I don't know that I would. What would I say to somebody if they asked me for advice? I don't know that I would have anybody. I know I never was a teacher, that's for sure. I gobble up what other people say, but then I have a hard time repeating it back. When people say, "How do you do that?" I'm like, I don't know. Somebody showed me how, and I forgot. I have a hard time passing on shit that I've learned, but I do study the people that I've admired. That's for sure.
I think you do a good job of passing it on in your songs and in your music, actually.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Thanks. That makes me feel good.
You've got to accentuate the positive. Eliminate the negative. Latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. May some good fortune come to you. May some good fortune come to you. She's always cooking up something when I'm feeling down. She knows what to say to pull me through. She looks like Booker T and the MG sound. There ain't nothing my baby can't do. Not to change the subject, but have you seen my shoes? I think I left them here the last time I played. Sometimes I feel like all I ever get to do is lose. Sometimes I feel like I got it made. May some good fortune come to you. May some good fortune come to you. People say that life is precious and you have to make the most of it, but nobody's ever really proven either thing. When you stand back and you look at the long and the short of it, what else is there to do but sing? May some good fortune come to you. May some good fortune come to you. Do you think there's a kid living in this entire town that is dreaming of growing up to be a bum? I didn't think you did, but we both know how. That's exactly what some are gonna become. Enough about me. Let's talk about you for a minute. Okay, maybe that's it now. Getting back to me, you know my all-time favorite movie is that one where those two cops who cannot stand each other later under pressure learn to work together. They become great partners, even better friends, and then that one says something funny and the movie ends. May some good fortune come to you. Thanks for being so good to me. I had a lot of fun.
I'm trying to get this interview done. We're doing this I'm doing work here.